Hello, Nigel here from FCD Ghost Boxes. As some of you might know, this week has been a bit stressful for us here, for me and Helen. We're really busy. We've got a busy period at the moment with Halloween coming up and that, and we're trying to get as many boxes done as possible for customers all over the world, basically, who do like the FCD Ghost Box range. And so we don't need in the background, and we've had this for the last couple of years, and I have had it, from certain individuals before, who there seems to be this trend on the internet and on Facebook in particular, where if somebody doesn't like what you do or doesn't like you for some reason, they go around attacking you or what you do, and all they do is waste time. They waste your time, they waste their own time, and they think they're being clever. Anyway, instead of moaning about them, because it's just not worth it, most of the time me and Helen, FCD, we just totally ignore them. In fact, we don't have the time to really bother about them. We're too busy looking after our loyal and our genuine customers, and that's what we enjoy doing. But I did need to, because there's been a complaint made this week, and there's been one or two other people, and it surprises me this, because I came away from some of these people that are in the ITC ghost box building community because of this very reason, problems from them, and they're still at it. I get messages sent to me from people saying what they're saying and the rumours that they're spreading, and 99% of the time they're complete made up lies. One of those fabrications that's going around at the moment is that the quality of the FCD ghost boxes is very poor, it's very shabby, and this is just not the case. What you've got to realise is, and this is why they do it, is because they don't offer their boxes, these other builders, at reasonable prices. They try to sell them, I'll explain in a minute why this is the case, at prices that are ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. And because of that, because we do, and because we're quite popular in the way that we do this with our range of boxes, we're attacked, and this is what happens. Now the thing is that these other people, I don't say anything about them. In fact, I wish they were busier, because then they wouldn't have time to do all this backbiting and bad mouthing and slagging off other people's devices. They wouldn't have time for it, they'd be too busy. But because they aren't, they have to have a go, as if it's somebody else's fault, i.e. me in their case, which it isn't my fault at all. They should get on with their own work, get on with what they do, and good luck to them in that case, because I certainly don't, apart from what I'm going to explain to you today, ever go around on Facebook pulling their ghost boxes or their designs to bits. It's not in my ethics, it's not in my morals, and it's something I just don't want to do, And surely I explained all this at the time when I moved away from the ITC community, that I wouldn't be builders, that is, not the actual ghost hunters and other people that are involved in that. I mean, I support a lot of the new builders that are coming up. They're bringing out some fantastic ranges of boxes, and maybe I'll do another video on that soon. But what I don't want is there's one or two builders who seem to have big egos, because they feel that they're the main ones in the UK at least, who deserve to be the only ones, and it's ridiculous, it really is. So what I'm going to point out to you here is that they've been attacking me about the quality of my ghost boxes. Now, in particular, the Mark IV Plus. I mean, they went to town when it was the Mark IV on its own, which we sold over 600 units of that particular box. So they're saying basically that over 600 people thought it was rubbish. But that's what they're saying, and they want people to believe that. I've not, because of my own, for various reasons, slowed down the business a little bit. I've only sold, we're coming to 100 of the Mark IV Plus. Taking my time now. I was working like an idiot with the Mark IVs, and I don't intend to do that anymore. So we're building the Mark IV Pluses, and even at this rate I'm on two a week, But the thing is that the quality does not get neglected at all. If these people that are making these comments about me only knew, I put a lot of my effort into the creativity and the workmanship of my boxes, and I'm proud of that. Okay, I like to do that. So when they say these little nitpicking things that they've got to say, because they're running out more and more and more of things to say about the box, well, it just shows what they're like, really, doesn't it? I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you the box in a minute. I've got one here. This has just been made this week. Okay, it's going out to a customer soon. And I'm going to show you around the box the quality of the box. And remember, this box is only £75 at the moment. It's on offer. Okay, so you're getting a lot of Ghost Box stroke Portal for your money. Much more than what some of the other Ghost Boxes, box builders that have been making these comments about me and my product give you. They give you a basic Ghost Box for double the money. So they ought to have a think about that. So I'll just show you around the box. This is what an FCD Mark IV looks like. Okay, I'll try and keep it in the camera, and I'm trying to keep this camera really focused. Okay, and there's the back of it. Most people have seen these in other videos or you know, on YouTube and things. Now I'm going to look at the particular things that these people have been picking up. For the last 3 years there is one ITC builder who constantly keeps telling people on Facebook that my soldering skills are rubbish, and in that because of that the box is inferior. Well, it's absolute rubbish. In fact, I'm doing a video on my soldering skills soon, and you can make your own mind up then. They're as good as anybody else's. One guy saying that the solder didn't flow on the aerial. It did. It flows on all of those. It looked to me like he'd been at it, or somebody had been at it, to try and roughen it up again. But here's my aerial lock. Not only do I solder them very well, okay, I actually put, you can see the yellow shrink wrap around the soldered part as well to protect it and to keep it, you know, keep it secure. So it's absolute rubbish. You know, they just have to try and say something or do something to make that the case. So that's the solder. Inside the soldering, I always hold it to 350 degrees on the actual soldering line, and it flows at that rate. You'll see in the new video that I'm making anyway soon. And I've never had a customer yet, apart from the ITC builders who have never bought my boxes, who say these things without any knowledge at all. Okay? Yeah, I like to make the box look aesthetic for people so that they don't just get something that they can use, that they've got something that they can actually be proud of owning. And one of the things that I do agree with, but since the Mark IV came out, but they keep holding on to this, the labels weren't very good, but I've had brand new labels printed for me. I'm trying to get this, I'll try and get it all, there you can see it's a lot clearer there. They were a little bit faded on some of the labels, but as you can see now they're very clear, and all the labels that are on top are waterproof, UV proof. They're stuck down with a glue that will not come off. Okay, and you've got labels on there clearly telling you what each knob and button does, and on the sides there too you can see they're clearly marked. And while we're here, because I'm going to bring this up in a minute, the toggle switches that are on here are not just glued in like I've heard 1 or 2 comments saying. Absolute rubbish. They are secured inside with a special glue that holds the actual unit against the wood of the box, but they're also, as you can see there, securely bolted with cap nuts and washers onto the side, and they will never come off. Okay, they work perfectly well. Round the back here is the battery case. Instruction there that somebody can pull off when they buy the actual unit, showing them how to get the batteries in the box. It's really simple. It's hard when you've only got one hand and you're doing this on a camera, but you just push on it. This is what the label tells you. Push on it, slide back, and there's your battery box with 4 AA batteries giving you 6 volts, and it's dead simple to put back on. Click on, it's on. It clicks into place and holds on. Now these people are saying that you know we can't operate the battery. They're finding every single reason they can, and as I say, I'm covering all the things in this so to address them. So all I can think next is it's made out of the wrong kind of material the box. So they'll have to find something, definitely, because that's how they operate. Okay, round the front here, it's got an output for your audio if you want to put it into an amplifier or onto your PC to record the output from the sweep. And that again is bolted on. It's not just glued in place, it is super glued inside, and then it's screwed on and bolted on the outside. That will not come off ever. Okay, the handle, people have said the handle, it comes loose. Not people, these people that are just nitpicking looking things. If you pull on that handle, I'm pretty sure you will pull it off eventually. Any handle you would. But it's super glued. The actual screws are super glued in as well as screwed in. They're not gonna come off. Look, I pull on that. They're not gonna come off easily at all. None of this will come apart easily at all. It's tough. It's really, really tough. Then we've got the genies that say, well, it can't be made very well because I can hear a rattling noise. If you listen there, can you hear the rattling noise? I've explained this loads of times, but they choose to ignore it because they want other people to think something's wrong with it. And it's explained to every customer that gets these exactly what that noise is. As you know, I had the Fifth Element crystal antenna booster device on the side of the box. Okay, that goes to the antenna, and that is full of crystal chips that have to be loose to actually work. It'd be pointless putting them in there and keeping them solid because they would not agitate around the metal aluminium rod that's in there to actually give a very minute but very effective piezoelectric effect around the actual unit, which I do believe FCD attracts spirits to it. Okay, so there's your rattling, nothing loose inside, nothing at all. In fact, I'll talk a little bit about inside, but I'm not going to give away, everything about it inside because it's our unit. But inside, all the radio modules, all the wave generator, all of the actual wiring, all of the actual interior electronics and things are all fitted onto boards that are secured to the inner case of the unit and grounded there. They cannot come apart. It's impossible. And all of the actual connections are hot glued over to hold them all in place. So it's impossible for them to move. They're all insulated with heat shrink tubing, and they work perfectly well as any other device that is out there on the market, whether it be a radio, a TV, anything. Okay, so these people that talk about, well, does it meet trading standards or does it do this, that and the other, I think you'll find it does, and I have a certificate to prove that. Okay, right, I think we've covered most of the things there. It's got a plastic front, but it's really tough. Unless you throw that on the ground, that's not going to break either. Okay. The antenna there, people have said that it's not very secure. Well, we fit on the side of ours here a little clip there that the antenna can actually come out of, and it can be pushed back into. In fact, with this one, the Mark IV, you don't even really need the antenna on it, but it's there. But people have nitpicked on that just to have a go at it, and I'll show you that it doesn't need one by putting this on. There you go.
From the national.
I'm waiting for the one. It's not.
You expect.
But if you're in an area where you do need extra antenna, it's there for you.
Small glass
I mean, this is not a demonstration of the actual box. There's plenty of those elsewhere. But I did want to go over. I'm just looking at all my notes. I think I've covered everything there. It's a good, solid unit. And what you've got to remember is, it isn't just a radio case that you can buy off eBay that they say for a few pounds, right? And these are getting increasingly more expensive, these particular cases anyway, with the Bluetooth and everything. You get all that with it anyway, standard. And the FCD actually add to it the Ghost Box section of it, which makes it a portal. Now the thing is, just put that down a second. The thing is, you do get good value for money. I mean, if I were charging the double, like some of these ITC builders are for their boxes, I could understand it. You know, it's crazy this. But I think that is the hub of the point, really. They just narked, really, that I'm not selling them at these ridiculous amounts that they are. And so it has to be, you know, take it away, or I won't sell mine, No, why should I? I've always been a person that likes to offer good value for money. And just because it's cheaper does not mean that, in fact, right, this is where I've come to on the thing, right? I'm going to ask out here, right, when did you last see a review? Because there's been 1 or 2 reviews of this by ITC builders who just want to pull it to bits. Okay? But when did you last see, because I can't find one anywhere on the internet, of a review of, let's say, and I'm just picking one off, it's not picking on anybody, but let's just say the Cultus box. There's only 2 or 3 main boxes in the UK anywhere. But when did you last see a review of the Cultus box? I'm not on about, you know, just a general review of it working, where ghost hunting groups have taken it and it works very well. You know, it sweeps very well. But I'm on about the quality of the build of it. Let me put that down a second while I talk. The quality of the build of the Cultus box. I mean, what have you got there? You've got a cheap plastic box that probably costs about a £5, because I've got some of them here, right? The same cases. And he just drills, even the front of the speaker, it's just a few drilled holes. And a couple of more holes for toggle switches. I mean, it's a joke. And the guy himself told me, didn't you, Mark? I won't want to repeat on here because I'm not going to have a go at you. It's not fair. But Mark did tell me, when he was good buddies at one time, exactly what was inside his box. And you would be amazed. But let's see somebody pull one of them apart and do a review on it, eh? You might be surprised what's in there. And remember, they're not cheap. Aren't the Cultus boxes, and Simon Cox's boxes as well. People say, well, you've just bought a cheap box off eBay, but Simon Cox's boxes are just a radio you can buy off eBay and elsewhere that have been added to and adjusted just the same. But these are the type of people that are attacking me all the time, but nobody is looking at theirs, and I wonder why that is. I wonder. Okay, I think there's a lot of jealousy there. I really do. I think it's been there for a long time. There's been a lot of jealousy. You know, I mean, that's one of the things that I will say, because he's completely wrong and it's ridiculous, and I don't know why I've kept quiet for so long on this, really. That Cultus did say that I caused a lot of trouble in ufology and came here and we're doing the same, only because I wouldn't, you know, stay in the little ITC community of ghost box builders, who I could see where all they did when they pick and pull each other to bits all the time. I've got a better box than you. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm just interested in creating and building ghost boxes for customers to take them on ghost hunts. Nothing else. And I don't want to copy anybody else's ideas. The copycats that are out there, they're not only copying, they're very sad people. Honestly, I don't know how to live with themselves, really, because what they do is they copy what you've got, then go out, say the rubbish, pull them to bits, and then go out there and actually sell them themselves. How sad is that? And you can see good examples of that on eBay, where people are doing that with the little FM Ghost Box hacked radio that we do. And one of them is, well, it just makes me laugh. He's stuck an aerial on top of it. Okay, it's saying it's got a crystal booster, trying to copy the FCD crystal booster in it. Why don't we take that apart and let's see where all the little, because he doesn't understand how it works. It's probably, even if he's just stuck 1 or 2 crystals in it, it won't work. But he's expecting, because he's copied our idea, he's expecting people to be, you know, bamboozled by that, and they'll be thinking, oh, he's got that crystal booster on it. It won't work on a small pocket-size FM radio. There isn't enough wattage there for a starter to make anything work like that. So he hasn't got a clue. But you get these people, and they're the con artists. They're the ones that are ripping people off. And that's why I brought my prices right down with that small radio, because these people don't deserve to be ripped off, customers that buy in good faith. People that bought that, if you're listening to this and you bought that thing with the aerial on top, I would ask him, I'd go back to him, that guy who bought it off eBay, and ask him how it actually works. Not how ours works, because I'll tell you any time. I explain when I sell my crystal booster how it works. You ask him how it actually works in the design he's got on that little radio and see what he comes up with. He won't be able to tell you. because it doesn't work. But that's up to him. Like I say, it's all based on a lot of jealousy and bad mouthing and backbiting. But I keep putting on the feedback, which is genuine. Again, these people, these ITC builders, they just can't live in reality, right? They're saying as well, when I put the post up about all the positive feedback for this particular box, right? And people aren't stupid. They're not going to give you positive feedback if it's poor quality, are they? Yet they've decided that that feedback is made up by me. They've decided that, and they're all agreeing with each other in their little pack that that is the case. Yeah, anytime anybody can go onto eBay, look at my profile, and find out it's all genuine. It's even listed on the FCD website. They're just pathetic, honestly. And it's time for them to grow up, you know, become proper ITC builders, become creational in their process, and spend more time on that than actually having to go at other people that are already doing that. And they might find some success then, because they won't find it just having to go at other people. I hope this is the last time I have to do this, honestly, because I'm not interested in what their views are, or because I know there's a difference between fake news and knowing the truth. And the truth is, this is damn good quality. You know, it's not just I've made it, but it's damn good value for money, and it's good quality for money as well. And they just don't like that. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And if you're interested in the FCD Mark IV Plus, because you get the area tuner button there that tunes it into your particular area to pick up the different stations and frequencies in your area. If you're interested in this box, well, you'll find them on eBay. Okay, all the very best to you. Cheers.